So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And yes, I finally got the Mazda CX-60 back on my channel. So remember, I'll put in the link in the description down below on my hilarious story that I got in accidentally to the XC60 launch here in the Philippines. So I'd like to thank everyone here again at Mazda Makati and to Sir Ralph Fuete. These are his contact details. So if you want to buy a brand new Mazda CX-60, you may contact him and visit him here at Mazda Makati. So what I have here specifically is the Mazda CX-60 all-wheel drive HEV Turbo D-Sport. Yes, this is the diesel variant of the CX-60. So before I talk about everything here in the exterior, let's talk about the biggest talking point of this Mazda CX-60. This is the hint right here on the side vent-ish. So in a world now of fuel efficiency with smaller engines, with hybrid systems, this Mazda CX-60 diesel, if I can find the latch, oh god, is powered by a whopping 3.3 liter turbocharged inline-6 engine mated to a 48-volt mild hybrid system that produces 250 horsepower and 550 newton meters of torque. So Mazda were like, we want fuel efficiency, but let's put a big engine in it. Wow! This is probably the only one in its class. I don't think this is even a fair comparison like with the X530D M Sport. I have a full review of that too. Check it out on my channel. I think this has more or less the same power than that of that car. But for the price of this one costs 2,890,000 pesos. Like literally almost half than that of the X5. So yeah, this CX-60 is already ticking a lot of boxes. So there's more to that than meets the i2 because there's a lot of stuff going on here too with this engine. So as well, this one is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. So what I understood only during the launch of this, so this is like a automatic transmission without the torque converter because Mazda wanted to imply that the power is still mostly goes to the rear wheels. So they still wanted to keep that Mazda sporty driving. So I really commend Mazda for doing that. Being all-wheel drive, it's more rear bias than the ones here on the front. So as well, you get nice wheels over here. And you notice too on the side profile, look at the wheel arches. There's no black cladding here whatsoever. It's just all red. And here you have LED lights all around. And like with all Mazdas, you get disappearing indicators along too with your side mirror. Ground clearance, pretty generous for what this is. And as well, like every other Mazda, it still incorporates the Kodo design language. So here now at the rear of the Mazda CX-60, but before we go there, ooh, it looks so good. And as well, going back to the side one that says here inline-6, that's one of the biggest flexes I've ever seen from Mazda. And as well here in the rear, you get LED lights here again with the disappearing turn indicators. So below here, you have black cladding over here. Fake exhaust tips all around. Yeah, the real ones are just down below. As well, listen to this engine. Then here, open the boot up. You can open it and close it using the key actually. Being slightly positioned above only of the CX-5 and closer that of the CX-9. The boot space here is really big. So as well, it's even more than the BMW X5. Total space here is at 570 liters. And when you fold all of the seats down, it's pretty easy too. Like what I demoed in the launch video. You just pull these latches here on the left side to fold all the seats down with ease. There's also one LED light here on the right side, and the total space now with all of the seats down is at 1,726 liters. So underneath here too, you have a space saver donut type tire. This unit, so first I can smell the rubber of this spare tire. Then you just have cubby spaces. Oh, only on the left, none on the right here, sadly. So yeah, that's about it here too with the boot, the exterior and the engine of this all-new Mazda CX-60. I just saw a dome LED light over here too. Let's go to the interior, which is the best thing about this Mazda CX-60. So this is the interior of the all-new Mazda CX-60 diesel. Sorry, this car is a bit noisy because it wants to be started because there's a low battery warning. Right, first impressions immediately, of course, being a diesel. You can hear the vibration, but it doesn't transmit that much too in the cabin, unlike some vehicles that have a diesel engine. So this is the interior of the Mazda CX-60. Okay, like in the launch video, I did admit that this diesel van has way better interior than that of the gasoline van because the gasoline van is just all black. Here, it's two-tone brownish black leather, but yeah, I kind of agree with Kakritriona. I couldn't get it out of my mouth during the launch video that this interior looks a bit similar with very high-end vehicles like that of Bentley. So here in the door card, you have squeegee material, brushed dark aluminum material, and then brown stitching yet again here. And as well, on either side of the air conditioning vents, or here on the edges, these are the best looking air conditioning vents I've ever seen so far in an SUV. And then below the air conditioning vents itself, there's just 3 blank buttons, even though this is the top of the line model already, but I don't mind it. As well, like before, there are paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. Yeah, this is the best steering I've encountered in any Mazda so far. So you have your phone connectivity and voice command buttons on the left side, and then cruise control functions on the right side. Yeah, there's still 2 blanks here on the right side, but anyways. And then you have a fully digital instrument cluster. Yeah, it looks really good. And then here for your mid-drive, so it changes to depending on your drive mode. So here we have off-road. Takes a while to boot up, but at least it gets there. And then here's normal, and then we have sport mode. Of course, I'm gonna leave it in sport mode because it's all red. And then here you have a 12.12-inch infotainment system, yeah, with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Annoyingly, just being honest, it's not touchscreen, but the swivel wheel here is very similar, yet again, like that of BMW. So it still gets the job done. You can do a lot of stuff. And the reverse camera, along with your 360-degree camera, it is really, really good. But then again, if you want to adjust something, you have to do it again with the swivel wheel right here. But I got used to it pretty quickly, so I don't mind it. Further down below, you have your air conditioning vents along with your controls. And then here in the center console itself, you have your gear shift. It's really small but still nice. And then you have your controls here for the infotainment system, an auto hold and electronic parking brake button. On the right side, you have 2 cup holders. Further in front, you have a 12-volt socket and a wireless charging pad. And then best thing about this CX-62 are the seats. I got nothing to say. I mean, there's just a black stripe in between there, and then I wanna hug the seats. Anyway, above here you have 2 LED lights, and then as well controls for the panoramic sunroof. I'll put you on. Then visor, vanity mirror with LED lights, as you can see here. Don't extend, but it's fine. Oh, okay, glove box. Okay, that really looks similar than that of BMW, but it's still decent enough. And then here, center console box. Okay, it's alright. You can fit, it's not deep, but you can fit phones, and then there are 2 USB-C ports only inside. Yeah, there's no Android stuff in here. Odd. And then too, you have electronic adjustments for both front seats, which is nice to have. Yeah, that's about it here in the front of this Mazda CX-60 diesel. Let's go to the rear seats. So apparently I lost all the footage for the rear seats. Anyway, so the rear seats itself looks exactly the same like the ones in front. As well, there's a central armrest. Although there is no strap, it's very hard to pull down, but it reveals at least your 2 cup holders. You have 2 map pockets on either side, and you have 2 air conditioning vents and 2 USB-C ports right down in the middle. And the space in the rear seats is really good despite having the panoramic sunroof. So yeah, that concludes my walk around review of this Mazda CX-60 diesel. So hope you guys like and subscribe. Thank you again to Mazda Makati for making this walk around review possible.